Hey, I'm coming to you guys to talk to you today about something that I need your support on, or I need your help with. Um, it's a book series, and I want to have people that it is I can talk to about this book series. I have been reading this book series since I was in secondary school and have not finished yet for personal reasons. Um, I used to read with my dad, and he died, and I stopped reading. So moving on from that, I'm looking to do what it is I'm looking to do is go chapter by chapter, explaining things and explaining how it is I felt like that per video. And what it is I really want to get is a following of people who are going to read the book so we could talk about it. Like, I mean, when it is you guys, when it is you find a TV series that you really like you really, really like it, right? Like when it is you came out, or when it is, what's another show on Netflix that is really popular and you like it a lot? Modern Family or anything like that. Sometimes you just talk to people about Game of Thrones. There was so much discourse about Game of Thrones all over. And I just want people to talk to about this book series. And so I am asking you, as a friend to another friend, as a reader to another reader, to read this book series with me. I have decided that it is I will go back and start over and go chapter by chapter, and every time I finish a chapter I'll make one of these videos talking about how it is I felt, and hopefully people will understand why it is I love it so much, and they will read it themselves, and then we will have discourse about like how awesome it is and like the things that happened. So I'm gonna start with the first book. It is I Am the World, and this is the prologue that I'm talking about. And Robert Jordan does great prologue. So we are in the age with Lews Therin. He was a dragon before Rand. Okay, so in Wheel of Time, the premise is that there is this great wheel per se, and nothing in time really changes. Nothing is particularly different, but in every age the story is different, but certain events happen. Things don't change. um and so we're in the previous age with the previous dragon, whose name is Lews Therin Talamon, and he's awesome. I like Lews Therin a lot, even though it's like he's not the person that it is I'm reading about, really. And we come to see him in his castle because he was a G, and like other than his fighting skills and like the knowledge that he garnered, he did a lot in his age, and I'm guessing he was rich per se. So he had a castle, and he's walking around it, and his memories, he doesn't have memories of what happened. He can't recall. Not that he knows that he can't recall, but he thinks everything is okay, and he's calling out to his wife, Ilanaya. It's like, Ilanaya, my love, where are you? And she's dead. Like, there are just like a lot of dead people all over the place that he's not seeing. There's like blood on the walls and blood on the tapestries, and he can't see it. He's not recognizing it. In walks Ishmael, the betrayer of hope. Um, he used to be on our side, the good side, but then he went over to the dark one, or Shaitan. Yeah? And you could say that he was the prime rival of Lews Therin, right? And so he comes and he realizes that Lews Therin can't remember what happened. And he's like, it will not end like this. I will not allow it to end like this. You have to remember that you were defeated at our hands. Which is not exactly true. Not exactly true. Not exactly, but partially, because what Lews Therin and the 100 companions did was that they sealed the prison, they sealed it back that the Dark One was in. Like, they had, their side actually had penetrated us a hole into it, and they sealed it back. What the Dark One's counterattack was that he tainted the male half of the true source, which caused them to go crazy. So that's why it is he can't remember anything properly. That's why there are dead people. There are men who are actually supposed to be allies of the good side that came back. Luz Theron was one of them, and killed people that they love, their families, their friends. Really dark stuff. Anyways, so back to Ishmael. So he heals him to the extent that he remembers, he remembers a bit. So Luz Theron, seeing his dead wife, finally recognizes her. He says to Ishmael, for everything else that you have done, you deserve death. But for this, for killing, well, I'm embellishing a little bit, but for killing the woman that I love, there can be no hope for you. So he gears up to fight Ishmael, of course, and put him in place. Because Luz Theron, he's the dragon reborn, and that means that it is you are very, very, very powerful, right? See? So, but it didn't have a fight because Ishmael was like, I didn't really do this. So it wasn't. Please understanding that I am embellishing, and he did not write it like this. I don't think that Nora was definitely not Trinidadian, right? So he's like, Ishmael, like, I didn't really do this. It wasn't me. Think who slayed everybody that had a drop of their blood in their veins. It wasn't me who did that. Who killed every friend that it is you had on the earth? That wasn't me, babe. And he started calling him Kinslayer because he killed his family, his entire family. And Luz start looking around and start seeing things. He starts seeing his children. He starts seeing his friends, along with his wife. And he like loses it even more. Like he started screaming on the spot, and he also travels. Traveling is something a channelist can do. So he leaves and he goes somewhere else and kills himself. The way that he does it is that remember it is I said he could channel the true source, but there's an amount of the true source that any one person could channel unaided. But if it is you exceed that amount, you die. So it is he start drawing on the true source, and what happens is a great lightning strike comes down from the heavens and strikes the spot that he is in, right? Killing him instantly. And the earth then fountains up. Like a mountain is produced where it is like he was. And then Ishmael comes, like he travels as well, because he could channel as well. To the place where it is like there's now this great mountain. And he's like, because remember, this is the wheel of freaking time, guys. He's like, if it is you think that this is the end, talking to A now, because Luz Theron has already died, he killed himself. He's like, it will never be the end between us. We have fought this battle 1,000 times, you and me, and I will fight it again with you in the age to come. And the prologue ends there. So, for let's talk. Read it. Read the series. Read it. It has a lot of chapters. It's a very big book, and there are lots of big books. But please, just if you care at all for me, if you want me to be happy, just read it and let's talk.